Y'all, guess what? Gizelle's got a man at home. Okay. Oh, yes, indeed. Right up in her home. Okay. Sky Squad, we are back with another video, and it has been so much going on in the news. I ain't even had a chance to cover everything. So, of course, today we got to go in and recap some of the things that, we ain't had a chance to touch on because it's been so much popping. Okay. So, let's get into this little tea right here. Jizzy, okay, aka Gizelle, all right, Bryant, from the Real Housewives of Potomac. As you guys know, the new season is premiering on Sunday, right? Sunday, November the 5th. It'll be a supersized episode. Of course, we shall be tuned all the way in, sitting right up in the house, watching that and Married to Medicine, and then watch what happens live right afterwards. But just in case you guys wanted a spoiler, for those of you guys who do, stick around. For those of you guys who don't stick around. Actually, do stick around. Just watch the video and put it on mute. How about that? Now, just to give you guys this little warning, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. So, the promo came out and Gizelle is at her home with Jason the Cameron from the Winter House. Now, there is a bit of a 16-year age gap, whatever like that. I mean, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Age ain't nothing but a number. Going down ain't nothing but a thing. Okay. Except I don't know if he's trying to go down like that. Anyway, TMI a little bit, but as they're preparing some food in their home, and in her home, excuse me, I should say, and he's there, and it's in any other situation, it would be, I would say, nice to see Gizelle with. They look good together. Let me just say that they look good together on paper, right? On paper, they look good together. However, because what we now know about this, reality TV world, and I think we have, especially me, I will go ahead and admit, I'm a little bit of the jaded persuasion, but it's just little things to me that make me feel like this ain't real, okay? And I said the same thing about Phaedra with her emoji doctor. I'm saying the same thing about this. I said the same thing about, Marlo and her man. I said the same thing about Kenya and her man, Roy. So I'm just a skeptic at this point. And I don't think I should be held, you know, to the fire for being skeptic at this point, because we've seen so many relationships that just don't feel or seem real, right? And so when it don't feel or seem real, I just got to roll with it. And I got to tell y'all how I feel about it. Now, again, the funny thing about this is, in the Vanity Fair article, which I'm going to reference several times in this video, but in that Vanity Fair article, they kind of reference the producers allegedly stating that Real Housewives of New York was intended to be a comedy. Oh, yes, it's supposed to be a comedy, a comedy of things. And so, if we are to go by that definition of what these shows are, then this is, to me, a peak example of comedy right here. Because this man, Gizelle, she does a little bend and snap. You know what I'm saying? If you know where that's from, okay, chime down in the chat if you know where the bend and snap is from. But she does a little bend and snap, which is, in theory, based on the movie that I'm quoting, supposed to work. And, he tells her, she says something to him like, and don't be looking back here, as she does her bend and snap. And he's like, not looking. I mean, it was just a little cringe to me. You know what I'm saying? It felt to me in this scene like she was, giving it up. I told y'all before, I didn't feel like Sheree and Martell was really selling their romance. Like, I feel like she was at least committed to the role, right? She's committed to selling it to us. Whether, and if it's true, if it's real, you know what I'm saying? If it's real, then I give it props. But when I see here in the comment section, even Kempire then caught the same thing. I'm like, nah, I see we eye to eye on that one. Okay, we are definitely eye to eye on that one. Actually, shout out to my boy Kempire. He is doing big things, big things. Okay. Let me know what y'all think about this scene right here down in the chatterization down below. I'm interested to know your thoughts. All right. So my next question is, will Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, the New York Legacy Edition, actually come to fruition? Okay. Going back to the Vanity Fair article, we got to talk about some things going on with this whole situation. Now, when the news had broke about this article, I talked to you guys about the general sense of what the article was about and the perspectives therein from what we heard from Bethany and, Ebony. Now, this part right here, Ebony and I had already talked about in our interview. After Ramona did the interview with Carlos King, Ebony also wanted to get out, her point of view as well in response to that interview, because that interview set off waves. And so then Ebony was forced to be like, you know what, ma'am, we're going to really get into it. So a lot of what was in that article, we had already discussed and spoken about at length. And if you follow the channel, you'll know. So we all just out here doing our news things, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, the Jasmine brand, took this part out because this is what is really making the rounds right now. And it really impacts the next thing that I'm going to talk about. All right. So the headlines are reading: former Real Housewives of New York star Ramona Singer accused of using the N-word while filming. She allegedly said most Black children don't have present fathers. That was something that she admitted that she had read somewhere, okay, because of some level of I guess maybe sensitivity training that they were all going through before the season of Real Housewives of New York premiered, because they were, this was going to be the first time that they had a Black woman on the cast, right? They were participating in a virtual education session that discussed the topic of race and what can and cannot be said, okay? Now, this call included, all right, everybody from, I guess, the cast at that point in time. So, according to Ebony, Ramona said that most Black people don't have present fathers, okay? She recalled Ramona asking why she couldn't speak on the notion that Black fathers aren't in their children's lives, and this is what she allegedly said. What if they don't have a father? Why can't I say that? Most of them don't, all right? So then Bravo's publicist, who is also Black and was present on the call, told Ramona that she has a father. As a response, Ramona said that she read a study about single-parent households that confirmed that most Black children do not have a present father. All right. Now, the 13th season of The Reunion was previously said to be canceled due to Bravo's investigation into a complaint that Ebony filed against Ramona for an alleged racist remark. All right. Ramona had later said, this is apparently one of the things that she said. This is why we shouldn't have Black people on the show. As a result, I believe, of a showdown that went down between Luann and Ebony, where they was talking about, education and what is appropriate to speak about at a dinner table. And Ebony was relaying, I'm one of the most educated people here. You know what I'm saying? And I guess Luann had a problem with that. But I'm like, well, girl, I mean, if we're counting the years of Ebony's education, then I mean, yes, she has more education than you. I mean, it is what it is. So I say all that to say there was already an issue here that we were all aware of. Ramona then went on to do Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, the first season, and now she's back for the Legacy Edition of New York, right? So my question is, as of what has happened recently, okay, my question is, will they actually be airing this particular season of Ultimate Girls Trip because of what has happened now? All right, so that article came out. The reports came out about the things that she said, as we pointed out, from the Jasmine brand, and now it's been reported that that Ramona is also out from Bravocon. All right, so and this is page 6 that's doing this reporting, because I guess they reached out to her. And you can see the tweets here. Ramona Singer tries to downplay her use of the N-word while practically using the racial slur. And then it follows up and says Ramona Singer acts from Bravocon after using partial racial slur in a text to page 6 reporter. All right, so apparently hours after Ramona Singer texted a part of a racial slur to a page 6 reporter, her name disappeared from the Bravocon app. All right. Now, y'all know Bravocon is this weekend in Las Vegas, right? So this is the text message in question. All right. Oh God. Oh God. So I guess Ramona was texting with the reporter, and Ramona is, I guess, clarifying some things. And she says this was never on the hot sheet. If you read the VF article, please remove. So then the reporter says that was changed yesterday. And Ramona says this is also upsetting. And the word I used was N word, not NIG. Girl. Like, you just can't help yourself. I couldn't keep it to myself. I couldn't keep it to myself. I couldn't keep it to myself. Like, you are already in trouble for using for all of these other things. You would think that the last thing that you would want to then say to a reporter is anything in reference to the N word that you are being accused of already tiptoeing, tap dancing around, playing with, fiddling with, fiddling on the strings, playing with the keys with, like you're twinkling, twerkling, and all kinds of things with this word. And now you're gonna add in a partial use of it. You know what I'm saying? Now I know for some people this may not be a big deal, but I feel like it just goes to show how out of touch she is. That's really what I feel like. I don't know if it's coming from exactly a racist place. But it's walking like a duck and it's sounding like a duck. It's quacking like a duck. So it probably is a duck. But at the end of the day, I feel like she's also I feel like she's playing ignorant. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she's playing ignorant. This is something that's been ingrained in her. She don't know what to say. She's out of touch with reality. I feel like she's out of touch with today's, culture in general. And I don't understand why she don't know these things yet. And that's what's crazy to me. Like, you that intelligent, you got this many businesses, you got these many things going on, you got X amount of dollars in your bank account because we know because you didn't posted your bank account. You got all of these things going on, but you still don't know not to be using either even partial suggestions of a word and what that may mean, and that you're basically you're corroborating everything that people have accused you of. And it is because of your willful ignorance that you don't know yet that you should not be using these terms in this way. And as a result, let me just say this. I don't really want to see her on this ultimate girls trip at this point. They can't even invite you to Bravocon. Then I think that they need to put an emoji over your face, okay? Like they do to Phaedra's man. Because at this point in time, like, why should I have to suffer through seeing somebody who I know has zero level of accountability or responsibility to I mean, at least to understand the community that I'm a part of. I got to watch you, but you ain't got to have no accountability to the viewers like me. That's crazy. That's real crazy to me. So I thought I would share that with you guys. I had been meaning to touch on this for a while, and I just had not had a moment to do so. Not really a while. It's really been only like a day or two that this all has been like unraveling. But still, I just wanted to come on here and talk about it because it was really upsetting to me and my homeboys. Okay, so listen. Now, I don't know if you guys recall that last week we talked about all the things that Jackie Christie was saying and doing, and how much trouble she was getting in with the girls. One of those things that Jackie Christie had tweeted out last week, or had put down in a text or a response to something, was that she was happy that Brittany and Jac'Eil apologized to her at the Shawnee's Ponderosa, I guess, for the altercation that occurred between Jackie and Brittany, for which Jac'Eil jumped into because Jackie's friend Mecca jumped into it. Now, so Jac'Eil is wanting to clear the air. She says, we came in apologizing. I wish they would show the entire scene because this is getting aggravating. Now, I feel like VH1, y'all might need to do what Bravo does and start putting uncensored versions of the episodes onto the online place, because We not getting the full story, and all the cast members are calling out these scenes that are being left on the editing room floor that would add up to a lot of what's going on social media. So I need to see it. So somebody said, Jac'Eil, not you and Jackie beefing too. And Jac'Eil says, not at all. I don't have anything against Jackie. She hasn't done anything to me. But to see this say we came in apologize isn't the truth. I came in on mute because I like to fill out my surroundings. She apologized to me before I could sit down, and it made me feel good because, as you see, I'm not problematic at all. After she was done talking, I accepted her apology and I apologized because I respect her. Don't make it seem like I came in apologizing when all I did was stand up for Brittany, because it wasn't going to be two against one. I just wish we could be truthful. I don't even get on these blogs, but I can't keep letting some stuff be said and it's not the full truth. It's really aggravating. So then the person says, I can understand that she didn't tell the full story, and I love Jackie, but I can see how that's aggravating. You are definitely not problematic. We definitely enjoying you on the show, which I wholeheartedly agree with. So then Jac'Eil says she could have easily said we were all adults and apologized to each other for the misunderstanding. Not we came in apologizing to her like we dropped to her feet, because that's not true. It's all about wordplay. Let's be truthful. That's all I'm saying. I had no reason to apologize. I didn't do anything but stand up for Brittany. Why would I need to come in and make it a big apology moment? Thank you, by the way. I enjoy being on the show. So that is part one of the drama that is going on between Jackie and Jac'Eil. But the interesting thing is, what you guys may not have seen is, and thanks to our friends over at Reality Chat for capturing all of this, but Jackie's friend, Mecca, who was actually involved in the altercation, steps into the room as well to give her 2 cents, and Jac'Eil has some words for her. Mecca says, Brittany and I were the only ones involved in the drink altercation. There was never a 2 against 1. Jac'Eil says, not about to go back and forth. It was between Brittany and Jackie, and you wanted to be a part of the show. And I got in front of you because it wasn't going to be you and Jackie against her. Brittany threw drinks on you, and you started throwing up gang signs repping some set you claimed, which was extremely weird as a beautiful woman. You're inserting yourself again. Y'all play these social media mind games. I don't. I'm going to tell the truth, right or wrong. I'm about the truth. Why would I, the one who don't be in nothing, make up a story out my butt? I don't have anything against you or Jackie, but what we won't be doing is telling half the story. I don't need this type of attention, baby. I've been getting attention before TV, so I don't need to be on the blogs. Respond to yourself after this post. I'm about to relax. Then Evelyn jumps in and says, Jac'Eil, bundle of Brittany, did not come in apologizing to you. Another interview cap. And Jac'Eil says, thank you. Baby, basketball wise, they're going to wear Jackie out this year. They are wearing her out. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Is Jackie the problem? Is Jackie back to season 1 and season 2, Jackie? Y'all let me know in the chatterization, because they make it seem like she is a menace behind the scenes. But, I feel like public facing, like I love me some Jackie because she's funny to me. You know what I'm saying? But is she the problem? Y'all let us know in the chatterization down below. With that being said, I will catch you all in the next video.